about plenty of opportunities. As much a matter of Miller and Hedobin getting in the way there, two obviously good goaltending.
Goaltenders both played very well. We had some 2-on-1s too that I think we, you could go back to the Buffalo game too, where we didn't shoot the puck. We were trying to make one extra play. Last night we probably had 3 or 4 2-on-1s, maybe not clear-cut 2-on-1s, but opportunities. And one we didn't shoot, another one we shot wide. So the opportunities were there. So we have to continue to do those things. I didn't feel like we were out of control or we gave them that much. But again, the opportunities in the third period they cashed in on, and they built a little momentum off of it and put us on our heels. But a young team, we have to find ways to deal with that.
Third and fourth nights, you're looking for a bounce-back game, kind of a fine line there, right? I'm sure you want to manage time on ice, that kind of thing, but you want to bounce back as well.
Well, we need to bounce back. Right now, we're close to, I don't even know where we're at, close to about 30 games left. And I think everybody's in the same boat, and all you have to do is look at the standings and see what's going on. So it's going to be, I think, day in and day out, there's going to be a constant up, down of teams. And, what you can't do is lose too many in a row, because there's other teams. Detroit's going to play Philly today, so somebody's going to get 2 points there. And they're going to move up in the standings, and what you need to do is keep pace.
Curtis, Mac Laney tonight?
Mac will play tonight, yes.
Any other changes?
Como will go in for Trop.
You stick with the same is Savard capable of playing?
No, he's not going to play. He's I think trying to get his strength back.
When you look at the standings with so many teams just bunched the way they are, and as you say, people moving up and down with the outcome of a game, is it nerve-wracking for you to look at standings like that?
Right now I try not to look at the standings. There's so much that's going on, and I think if you base it and looking, oh boy, they win, they're going to jump ahead of us, or you can't get caught up in that. Again, we need to worry about ourselves. We can't control what's going to go on in other buildings or what's going to go on with other teams, and what we can control is ourselves in the game tonight. So we need to focus and be ready and face a really talented Ottawa team.
Do you think about what it would mean to this franchise to win a playoff berth this year?
Oh, that's
in terms of the
yeah,
building of the franchise, or
you know what? I got a little taste of it, I think, at the end of last year, just that last game, and leading up to that last game, I think our previous 6 games were on the road, and we were out west, so people were texting me, and I was getting lots of phone calls about the excitement, but I wasn't here to really experience it, but I was able to experience it that last game, and it was unique. So you could see we got a great group of fans, but you can see what it would mean to them. So we got a little taste of it. I don't think as a coach or even as a team, you allow yourself to think that way. Right now, right now it's about living in the moment and dealing with the moment. Right now, it's getting ready for this game against Ottawa.
Do you feel a little bit of the excitement now after the 8-game streak?
Well, the 8-game win streak created a buzz here, and I think it again put Columbus back on the map, because that's what we have to do. We have to earn everything here, and that's being a franchise that hasn't done a lot of winning. That's what you have to do to get respect, and an 8-game win streak will do that. It created a good buzz here in the city, and our fans have been great, and they deserve something like that.
Yesterday in Ottawa, Paul McLean said that he feels when he watches your team on TV that Nathan Horton has made a huge difference by coming back. Do you feel the same way, but did he change this team much?
Well, he's had a big impact on this team. He has. Not only his production on the ice, but I think it's a confidence in the room. When you add somebody like that back to your roster or out on the ice, I think everybody in the room feels like you're a better team. So it gives everyone more confidence to go out and play.
Talk about your opposition tonight. We haven't had a chance to see them, early we did.
Yeah, it's been a long time. To me, there's the talented forwards up front, and I think they got good, a good mix of role players as well. The heavy physical guys, crash and bang, but they got to, all you have to do is look at the stats, the numbers. They got 4 or 5 guys with 40-plus points, and so they can make you pay. And then Carlson on the back end is one thing that I don't think you see playing any other teams in the league, with what he can bring to a game. He's an elite skater that allows him to maybe go offensively, take a little bit more chances offensively because he's fast enough to get back and recover. So they present some different things just based on their skill up front.
As much as you learned about your team during the winning streak, when you talk about the process of them maturing, is there another process to learning how to get it back, once it slides for a couple of games like this?
Absolutely. That's part of maturing and growing, is dealing with the ups and downs of the NHL. And that's one thing my message to the guys during the 8 games was, you got to respect the win streak, because it's such a fine line. And we could probably go back and yes, maybe we won some games 5-2 or we won by 3 goals. But I bet if you go back and you look at the games, here was a key play in the game right here, which really created the separation in the game. And we've been on the backside of 2 games now, but you could look at a couple different plays in the game. Jack Johnson hits the post in the second period against Buffalo, and that was a big play in the game. And last night there's a couple big plays that happen. You end up on the wrong side. So it's that fine line. I think it's what makes our league great. Is there's the parity in the league. It seems like every time I stand in front of you guys, I'm talking about the opposition. You ask me the question, I'm like, it's a great team. They got great forwards, they got great defensemen. I just repeat myself every time. But that's the great thing about this league is you better be ready to go each and every night.
Todd, you talked about
Go ahead, sorry.
you talked about the need to get things going again here in the immediate future. Are you speaking strictly from a standings standpoint, or is there something about the psyche that guys could really use that bounce again?
Well, you got to win. You got to find ways to get points. Obviously you want to win hockey games. I read some of Mike Babcock's quotes. This is probably going back a week or so, but he's like, we got to get points, and that's exactly what it is. Again, taking a look at the standings and what's going on, everybody's right there. And again, if you slip and 1 week, you can go from top to bottom. So it doesn't take long, doesn't take much, and these games are important. This game against Ottawa, it's not a divisional game, but it's a conference game, and those wild card points are there. So this is a big game tonight.